So man, the VC, so it's Alex Dunstan here from SAATCHiNVEST and the Bakery, here with Gary V. We're just talking about stuff and this subject...
And so you have to put this on video. I'm like, okay, I'll fucking put it on video. Am I allowed to curse in this? That's
you
bad?
Can curse,
okay, good, I just want to make sure.
So here's the thing.
Yes.
The world at the moment just seems like a messed up place, right?
Yes.
So there's all this money going into VC and into startups and everyone's believing in the billion-dollar valuation.
Yes.
There's no corporates doing M&A.
Yes.
And I'm trying to work this stuff out.
No exits.
Tell me what's going on. Tell me.
What's going on is a couple things. Number one, we're living through the greatest era of fake entrepreneurs ever. So entrepreneurship has gotten so hot that every kid out of university who used to go to Bain or McKinsey or consulting or Wall Street now thinks they're an entrepreneur. And because everybody's chasing their Uber and their Facebook, there's money being thrown around at every kid that has any kind of family pedigree, not business pedigree, that has an idea, that is able to raise $4 or $5 million valuations on an idea, on paper. So it starts there. The world I come from, I'm part of it. My fault. I made money. So then what happens is a lot of smart kids create brand and financial arbitrage. They get headlines. Business Insider says they're the next big thing, and they're able to get their Series A, which used to be 8 or 9 or 10 million valuations, 7, now are 15 and 25. So it starts there next, right? Then you've got Bs coming in later because they've taken that money and they've created some traction. So by every B, C, D level raise has come down, A's are, Bs are now A's, you've created this problem. And people are just financial arbitrating, and then you've got big funds where they have to deploy capital at scale because what they're really doing is making money on their management fee. So when you have a $4 billion fund and you're making 2% on the money, well, it doesn't really matter if those bets win for 90% of the people. There's 10% real winners. There's 10% real winners because they're smart enough and they're talented enough to actually make money on the money, and they really want to be around forever. But there's 90% of average, below average executors who are just milking the management fees, and they'll worry about it later because most human beings are short-term focused.
So here's the question. I'm an entrepreneur.
Let me just say one last thing. Let me say one other thing.
You say one more thing.
The whole thing's going to crash.
When?
I have no idea. I don't. But what I do know is that what was happening in China was about to reverberate. The problem was China kind of infused enough cash to hold it over. But this is just... And by the way, I'm not a genius. I have nothing grounded in this. This is history. This is how humans act. And
really?
So I'm very excited about all these fake entrepreneurs. As an entrepreneur, what I'm most excited about is not who gets away with it and who doesn't. I'm just excited because I'm a purebred entrepreneur for all these people that think they're entrepreneurs to actually deal with this, not have the stomach for it, not actually build. I love business so much, even at my own expense. By the way, if I'm doing anything wrong and I collapse by not anticipating, I deserve to go to 0 too, right? So I love that. I love meritocracy. I love capitalism. That's real capitalism. You don't get propped up by how you big the game. You die if you lose. And so I don't know when, but I can tell you it sure feels closer than it has in a long time.
So here's the thing.
Yeah.
Early stage entrepreneur, right?
Yes.
We all know the VC path, right? You take it down one direction.
Yes.
You've got Do you play the game? Do you take VC money? Do you play the game while you can? Because you love hustle, you love actual users, you take growth.
Why would you ever give up a piece of your business if you don't have
But
to?
everyone does. This is the nuts thing. People just go too easy, right?
Because it's easy. Because they're not real.
Yeah.
Because they're average.
Yeah.
Because they don't know how to actually sell anything. I mean, every single startup that has happened in the last 18 months, if you're watching right now, show me your P&L. Show me if you're making money last month or losing, because I know the answer. And when the money's not there for the next round, you go out of business.
You know how many companies come and they go, they've got their first round and they're like, oh, I want to round, and people are putting their second round, they die because they just haven't been taught to.
And you know this. Do you know how many people do you know what's about to happen in this summer?
Yeah. And
this fall and winter? Because there's a lot of big companies right now going into market. I know the activity. They're all down rounds.
Yeah.
And I mean like this. You got money at $400 million valuation 9 months ago, you're going to announce a new down round at 130. When the biggest companies, the hottest internet companies, go from 400 million valuation to $130, what do you think is going to happen to you, Sally and Rick, with your idea? You think you're going to get a $4 million valuation? I'm going to save you time. You're not. You're going to get a $2 million valuation. And more importantly, as that's happening, we're going to be scared. We're going to be like, wait a minute, these big companies that we've been told are the best companies in the world are going out of business or down now. I don't like your idea. I'm going to go on defense.
But why is no one telling the story? So I'm speaking to a group of entrepreneurs tonight, right?
Yeah.
And I know they all think they've got to go, they've got to get VC, they've got to get the $1 billion valuation. And you try and go. Your chance of getting to $1 billion, even if you want to do that,
is zero.
So, yeah.
It's zero.
Yeah. But they believe it and they think it's the only path. Like, how do you, there's an education piece, right, that needs to be done.
Yeah, but I mean, whose fault is it? It's chicken or egg. I mean, maybe I think it's the kid's fault for not being self-aware to know that they're a number 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. This is perfect. This is market conditions. I love this. I can't wait for the carnage. And I'm curious if I'm going to get caught up in it. I'm going to watch this video. If I go broke, if VaynerMedia falls or Wine Library or my bets, I'm going to watch this and be like, yep, I was right and I deserve it too. I only play under the conditions of this. VaynerMedia for the last 7 years, the business I've built, has had to be profitable from day one.
No one's told that. What are corporates doing? Are corporates buying shit? Why are corporates spending the money?
They're waiting.
They're waiting for the crash, right?
They're waiting. It's much more fun to buy a company for a nickel on the dollar than it is for $1.50 on the dollar. The best M&A guys.
You know this? You've spoken to people who are doing this?
Sure do. See ya.